It's 9 p.m. in Austin, Texas. All amateur radio traffic, please stand by. The Oak Hill Friday Night Trivia Net is about to begin. If there is any emergency or priority traffic, please come with your name and call sign now. Nothing heard. Well, you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N50AK. My name is Rusty, WZ5VBS. I'll be your net control for tonight. I'm transmitting from IQTH in Northwest Austin to the flagship repeater 147320. Tonight's Trivia Net will be a hybrid net using the N50AK, KA5D, and W5LCR repeater systems, as well as an online trivia game. We currently have the bingo machine turned on, but we'll be shutting that down soon enough. To check into tonight's Trivia Net, all you'll need is a smartphone, a tablet, or a computer with a web browser. I'll give you a few seconds to run to your computer or grab your device before we tell you where to go. And while you're doing that, just a reminder, to see all the frequencies the Friday Night Trivia Net is transmitting over, visit n5oak.org, ka5d.com, or crhrc.org. For our Oak Hill Club members, we also have our very own Friday Night Trivia Net channel on Discord, so swing by and join the fun out there. We've got quite a few people. We've got 14 people playing bingo with us, and we've got Beetlejuice going on over in the video net, so if you want to watch some Beetlejuice, I figured that would be pretty appropriate since it's October. My Discord is still broken. I don't know what they did. I'm running an old Mac, and man, they upgraded out of that one. So I've got it running on 3 different things. I can see what's going on, and hopefully tonight they got our game fixed. Last weekend was kind of tragic, so hopefully they got that ready to go for us. So now that you have your device, open a web browser and go to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down and click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your first name. If your XYL or kids would like to play along, just sign them in from their device. This also applies for those of you that are studying for your license. If you can hear my voice, you're welcome to play, and we would love to see you in the game tonight. Tonight's trivia game will be divided into 4 rounds. Every round contains 10 questions worth 100 points each. Tonight's topics are as follows. Round 1 is all about the Smithsonian Institute. Round 2 is all about Pixar. Round 3 is the Mystery Science Theater 3000. And round 4, we're bringing back the music category with the Beastie Boys. We'll see how y'all do with that. You are correct, Scott. It is institution. I shortened it there. After each round, we'll have a short intermission to aid in drink refill and take care of all bodily functions. As always, questions, comments, and friendly taunting are welcome, because it's the Friday Night Trivia Net, and that's just the way we roll. At the conclusion of tonight's trivia game, everyone will get sent home in style by our final elimination round. One wrong answer and you'll be officially done for the night, so make sure you pace yourself on those adult beverages. The last few have been pretty hard. Y'all haven't made it through round number 3, so we'll see how you do in tonight's elimination round. With all that said, we're going to see if anyone has any questions before we get tonight's trivia net underway. If you do, please come with your name and call sign now. Nothing heard. All right, well, let's shut down the old bingo game and see who's doing what. Looks like Leslie KI5NLC is the number 1. I've got 154 points. Look at you. Leslie's number 1. Trina's number 2. We got Just Lynn 0104 in the 3rd spot. All right, we're going to move everybody into the Friday Night Trivia Net so we can get this thing underway. If you would, please make your names look like those over there on the right. I certainly would appreciate it. Makes things a whole lot easier for me. Also, if you want to be in the logbooks, we got to have a call sign. So the only people that get in the logbooks are the ones with the call sign. If you don't have a call sign, then you gotta study for your test and get one. But make sure that you get your call sign in on your name. And once again, if you'd like to play along tonight, you can join the game at any time. You don't have to wait for a round to be over. Just open a web browser on your smartphone, tablet, or computer and go to n5oak.org and click on the TriviaNet tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in, and you too can join in. Looks like we're starting out early. Ken's saying it's rigged. That's because nobody wants, he don't want to hear people call him a cheater. So that's it, man. We at least gotta wait for Cody to get around before the rig starts coming in. And of course, every week we give away amazing door prizes for those of you that check in on time. Tonight's prize, guess what? It's a free membership to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Let's spin the wheel and see who the big winners will be tonight. And a big congratulations to all our lucky winners. After the game tonight, head over to n5oak.org and sign up to become a member. We have the welcome team standing by waiting to approve your complimentary membership as well as requests to join the Discord community. For those of you on the welcome team, we have somebody incoming, so it looks like we've got a member on the Discord that wants to join us. So if somebody could go over there and get them in, I would certainly appreciate it. And for those of you who haven't checked into the TriviaNet before, we're going to run through a practice question real quick just to show you how the game works. So it's time to get your fingers on the buzzers and see how we get. Questions will be read over the repeater and displayed on your device. Once the question has been read aloud, the answers will appear. All players will have 15 seconds to make a choice, but the longer it takes to choose an answer, the fewer points you will get. Also, remember to choose wisely, as you only get one shot to answer the question. And once the timer runs out, the correct answer will be revealed, as well as what everyone thought their answer was. For those of you that like to keep up with your score, it's that number located at the top left of your screen, and it will always be available during gameplay. Now that everyone understands how the game works, let's see who has checked into the net so far tonight. So it looks like we got Jeffrey, KI5MVF, hanging out in South Austin. Usually when we have a Jeffrey, we have Ashley, and there she is indeed. We got a Philip, AC5G in East Austin. We got Snoop Dogg, N5AFC in East Austin as well. We got Richard, W5SBD out in Rosanke. Aaron, AI5HP, just joined us from Buda. He was our net control on Thursday night, did a great job. Dave, KI5STT is in Buda. Haha, love it. Norman, N5ZOT is out in Austin. We got Holly, W5LUL, she's down in Buda, Texas. We got Leonard and Leslie, KI5NLC, hanging out with us. We got a Ben and a Kent, KI5RBT, they're out in Pflugerville. We got Laura, KI5OLG in Alvin, Texas. We got Robert, KB5PBM, the Peanut Butter Man. He's in Houston. He's going for the Astros tonight. We got Benjamin, KI5YDV in Hallettville. We got Joe down in Buda. We got Just Lynn in Austin, Texas. Welcome, Just Lynn. We also have Steve, KG5LAA out in Burnett, Texas. Mike, W7QAG down in Sugar Land. We got Bill, W5ITZ out in Ganado, Texas. Scott, KI5OBD down in Kyle. We got Shay, a.k.a. Fart Bucket. He's over in Del Valley. We got Joe, K5KUA in Jamaica Beach, Trina and Doug hanging out in North Austin, and Sky, N5LX hanging out with us in Austin/Oak Hill. Alrighty, well, let's see if anybody has any questions before we get tonight's game going. If you do, please come with your name and call sign now. Nothing heard. Alright, well, let's get round number 1 fired up. It's all about the Smithsonian Institution. Take that, Scott. And it's going to be a fun one. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands on your buzzers. The Friday Night Trivia Net will begin in T-minus 10 seconds. All right, what is the nickname for the Smithsonian Institution building, the first structure built in 1849 for the fledgling museum? Let's see what you think. The Citadel coming in number 1, followed by the Castle, the Fortress, and Smith Tower. Let's see which one of y'all got this one right. The correct answer is the Castle. The Smithsonian Institution building, the very first Smithsonian building, which currently houses administrative offices and information center, is nicknamed the Castle. Another kind of creepy fact, it also houses the tomb of founder James Smithson. So, yeah. Question number 2. Which of these Smithsonian museums is not located in Washington, D.C.? Well, let's see. The Freer Gallery of Art is where y'all went with that. The National Postal Museum coming in second with a tie for third and fourth with the Renwick Gallery and the Cooper Hewitt Smithsonian Design Museum. So which of these things is not located in Washington, D.C.? The correct answer is Cooper Hewitt Smithsonian Design Museum. 17 of the Smithsonian Institution museums are located in Washington, D.C. However, the Cooper Hewitt Smithsonian Design Museum is located in the famed Museum Mile in New York City. New York City. Question number 3. What is the English translation of Ad Astra, named of the abstract sculpture outside the National Air and Space Museum? So not to be confused with Ed Astra, which was a movie with old Brad Pitt. Let's see what y'all think. To the Stars coming in first place, followed by Look Skyward, Take Flight, and Outer Space. So what in the world does it mean? 67%? Y'all are correct. Ad Astra is a Latin phrase meaning to the stars. The sculpture was commissioned in 1976 and stands 115 feet tall. Question number 4 on our Smithsonian Institution round. In what scientific field did the Smithsonian Institution's namesake James Smithson work? Almost half of you went with botany, followed by mathematics, and then a tie for chemistry and physics. So let's see, what did he work in? The correct answer is chemistry. Only 4 of you got that right. Let's see, Philip, AC5G got that. Joe got that as well as Snoop Dogg, A5AFC. Anybody else in Sky, N5LX. All right, congratulations to y'all for getting that right. Looks like Bill's causing some trouble in the Discord. Wouldn't have it any other way. Question number 5. What former First Lady began her First Lady's Gown display when she donated her inauguration gown in 1912? Oh, it's a close one. Edith Roosevelt coming in the number 1 spot. We got Helen Nellie Taft coming in second. And then it's all tied up for third and fourth with Florence Harding and Grace Coolidge. So who was the first lady that gave up her goods? It was Helen Nellie Taft. The initial dress for the First Lady's gown display at the National Museum of American History belonged to former First Lady Helen Nellie Taft. The gown display is one of the Smithsonian's most popular permanent displays. All right, so we're halfway done with round number 1. Let's see how we're doing. Looks like we got Joe in the number 1 spot. We got Snoop Dogg, N5AFC, in the number 2 spot, and Sky, N5LX, in the number 3 spot. So while you're checking out your scores, let's remind everybody that you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N50AK. My name is Rusty, WZ5VBS. I'm your net control for tonight. You can check into tonight's Trivia Net at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to N5OAK.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your name. We got 28 players with us tonight. We had 43 players last week. This is the biggest Trivia Net we ever had. And we're going to have to give some credit over there to those Crossroads Ham Radio Club people, because they're checking in every Friday. We haven't scared them away yet. So now that we got the first 5 questions underway, for those of you who are new and haven't played, question number 6 is going to give you a chance to put some points to work for you. Oh my goodness, I even see an incognito in there. So this is good to do it. Y'all place your bets, see how you do with question number 6. Let's see how you do. The Beatles Childhood Stamp Collection, which one is owned by the Smithsonian's National Postal Museum? All right, well, it's pretty close all the way through. It looks like John Lennon is in the number 1 spot, followed by George Harrison, Paul McCartney, and Ringo Starr. So let's see, 36% of you, are you correct? You are indeed. John Lennon's Childhood Stamp Collection, which includes more than 500 individual pieces, is owned by the National Postal Museum. So 36% of you got that right. Let's see what that did to the score. That puts Snoop Dogg up in the number 1 spot. N5AFC got 206 points off of that. Trina is up in the 2nd spot. She got 78 points on that. And Joe, who was number 1, is now in number 3 spot. He didn't get any points on that one. But at least it looks like the game's working. I'm knocking on wood, and I probably just screwed it up. So there we have it. Question number 7. Sing Sing and this, the first giant pandas in the United States, were donated to the National Zoo in 1972. I love all of these answers. All right, so Sing Sing and who? Let's see where y'all went. Ling Ling coming in by popular demand, 75%. Ping Ping coming in second, and then we had a tie for Bing Bing and Ding Ding. I just love saying all of these stupid things. Oh, and Ling Ling, there you go. Jared, N5 AFC. Let's see who's right. 75%. It's Sing Sing and Ling Ling. In exchange for Sing Sing and Ling Ling gifts from the Chinese government to the United States in 1972, President Nixon sent China a pair of musk oxen. And for those of you that want to know, I changed the last one to Ding Ding. And I got to say, Aaron, AI5HP, thanks for checking that one, man. He's the only one that picked on that one. But, yeah. Question number 8. What landmark NYC church was designed by James Renwick Jr., designer and namesake of Smithsonian's Renwick Gallery? Well, St. Patrick's Cathedral coming in first place, followed by the Trinity Church Wall Street, and then the St. Jean Baptiste, and then Cathedral of St. John the Divine. Let's see if 46% that picked A are correct. They are indeed. Located on 5th Avenue, directly across from Rockefeller Center, St. Patrick's Cathedral was designed by James Renwick Jr., designer of both the Renwick Gallery and the Smithsonian Institution building. Looks like Robert is digging all of these questions. He's loving the Smithsonian round. And no, Jared, I was watching a little bit of that earlier. I can't remember the name of that show, but I have it on the Plex server, and I watched it a little bit because it's been a while since Drawn Together. There it is. Thank you, sir. All right, question number 9. What U.S. president was the first to have an official portrait commissioned by the Natural Portrait Gallery? Oh, yeah, let's see. Gerald Ford taking the number 1 spot, followed by Ronald Reagan, and then Bill Clinton and George H.W. Bush tied for 3rd and 4th. So let's see who it was. Was it, I did not have sexual relations with that woman? It is not. It is George H.W. Bush. And the only person that got that right was Norman, N5ZOT. Norman, did you know that, or are you the only one that guessed right if you didn't?
No, I just thought it would be funny.
I know, right? That was, I would have been with the Gerald Ford people. I would have figured it would have been way before either that or Ronald, so I would have been wrong with everybody. But, yeah, although the National Portrait Gallery has been collecting presidential portraits since opening in 1962, they did not begin commissioning official president portraits until 1994, starting with George H.W. Bush. All right, question number 10 in the end of round number 1. What Smithsonian-owned pop culture artifact was preserved in 2017 through a crowdsourced Kickstarter campaign? I think read my lips, no new taxes. That's the one that I remember him saying a lot. All right, so let's see where y'all went with this one. Seinfeld's puffy shirt coming in number 1, followed by Bonzi's jacket, Dorothy's ruby slippers, and Evel Knievel's jumpsuit. So let's see who is right. Dorothy's ruby slippers. 25% of you got that. In addition to Dorothy's ruby slippers, The Wizard of Oz is 1939. The Smithsonian also relied on Kickstarter for preservation of Neil Armstrong's spacesuit. All right. Looks like everybody enjoyed this round almost as much as Bob's Burgers. So let that up the score and get out of here as soon as we can. Snoop Dogg coming in number 1, Trina number 2, and Sky N5LX in the number 3 spot. So let's go chat with N5AFC Snoop Dogg and see how. Let's see, you got 3 wrong. Which one's got you?
The one with the First Lady's dresses, and then I can't even remember what the other 2 were, but I've just been on fire tonight, and it's probably going to die after this. I only started pre-gaming at like 7:30, so I think that's really affected my form tonight in 5 AFC.
Right on, man. Well, pregame seems to be working out for you. Trina is in the number 2 spot. She got 6 out of 10 right. Let's go chat with Sky N5LX. Would you consider yourself a Smithsonian institution type of guy?
Hey, Rusty. This is N5LX. Actually, they all got me because I guessed on all of them. I just got lucky.
Well, lucky got you into the 3rd spot, so you can't complain about that. Let's talk to Joe real quick, K5KUA. Joe, you missed the same amount as Sky, and there's 17 points between you, man. You were almost in the top 3.
K5KUA, yeah, I remember most of these. Some of them I don't, but over time you kind of remember some of those.
Roger. Well, we're going to move over and take our first intermission. So we're going to do that real quick. During the intermission, you'll see questions on your screen to pass the time. Voting is optional, but always appreciated. Just a reminder, you can check into tonight's TriviaNet at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the TriviaNet tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your first name. We're going to fire this up, and we will see you back for round number 2. So, Bill, I just saw your message, and that's pretty good. 20 miles north of LaGrange. You were scratchy, but I could definitely hear you. And then, you disappeared. We were doing Slacker chat, and I was talking to Jason when you came in there. But wow, 20 miles north of LaGrange, you could hit the 320. That's impressive, man.
W5ITZ. Yeah, Russ, they've got a rooftop antenna on the truck with a 50-watt radio, so it does a pretty good job. Thanks.
Yeah, that is impressive to say the least. All right, thank you, Ernesto, for getting Ben into Discord. Appreciate that. I'm guessing that is KI5RVT Jr., but I could be wrong. Let's get everybody moved over into round number 2. Round number 2. This is all about Pixar. Let's see how you are at the Pixar movies. And let's see how you do. For those of you out there that are new and don't know what's coming out of your radio, you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N50AK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. You can check into tonight's Trivia Net at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your first name. We got 28 people hanging out with us. And it's time for round number 2. I was catching up on the Discord there and got a little distracted. Alright, round number 2, it's Pixar Trivia. Let's see how y'all do with question number 1. In what small Mexican village does Miguel and the Riviera family live in the 2017 Coco? All right, let's see. We are tied with Santa Maria and Santa Rosa. We got Santa Cecilia coming in third and Santa Sonora coming in fourth. So what village was it? It's got to be either A or D, right? No, it is Santa Cecilia. 25% of you got that right. In 2017's Coco, Santa Cecilia is a lively village town where Miguel was born, is home to the Riviera family shoemakers, and the production team based it on many small town villages of Mexico. Question number 2. What word is written on the bottom of Forky's feet in 2016's Toy Story 4? So y'all are going with Andy, followed by Bonnie, and then a tie for Trash and Woody. So let's see who's right. It's those of you that picked Bonnie. In keeping with Toy Story tradition, the owner of each toy writes their name on the bottom of the toy. Since Bonnie creates Forky in 2016's Toy Story 4, she writes her name on his feet, and we will flash it up there so you can see it. All right, question number 3. Which of the following is not one of the basic 5 human emotions personified in 2015's Inside Out? So y'all are pretty certain that disgust is not it. That's the number one answer. We got a tie with anger and happiness for second and third. Sadness coming in fourth. So which of the following is not one of the 5 basic human emotions personified in Inside Out? It is happiness. I would have got that one wrong. The 5 human emotions in the movie are joy, sadness, fear, disgust, and anger. Happiness is not one of them. Director Pete Docker conceived 2015 Out after noticing changes in his own daughter's personality as she grew older. So let's see who got this right. Shy, somebody out there named Shy, not Sky, but Shy got that right. So congratulations, Shy. And then let's see, who else? Ashley, KI5MVF got that correct as well as Robert, KB5TVM. They're the only 3 that got that right. Question number 4. What California university features classroom A113 included as an Easter egg in every Pixar film? So it looks like UCLA is the number 1 answer, followed by the California Institute of Arts, Stanford University, and the Art Center College of Design. So where is classroom A113? It is at the California Institute of the Arts. A113 is the classroom number for animation students at the California Institute of Arts. Many of Pixar's earliest staff members met while attending the school and have included the A113 Easter egg in every Pixar film to date. I had no idea this was even a thing, so get to learn something new. All right, question number 5, and halfway through the Pixar round, I don't see any rigged or any Bob's Burgers coming up or any of this, so apparently it's not too horrible. Either that or they're all drunk already. Question number 5. What beloved British star of stage and screen voices antagonistic restaurant critic Anton Ego in Ratatouille? So I would have picked Alec Guinness just because I like his beer, but y'all seem to go with Peter O'Toole. That's where the majority of you went. We had a tie for Anthony Hopkins and Richard Harris for second and third. Alec Guinness coming in number 4. Let's see what it is. Peter O'Toole, you got that right. Multiple Academy Award winner, or award nominee, Peter O'Toole brought his gravitas to restaurant critic Anton Ego and Pixar's culinary sensation Ratatouille. Came out in 2007. I still haven't seen that. It's probably put that on the list. All right, so we're halfway done with round number 2. Let's see how we're doing on the scoreboard. We got Leslie, KI5NLC. She's kicking your butts, man. Kent, KI5RVT in the number 2 spot. And Scott, KI5OBD in the number 3 spot. So y'all check out your scores, and while you're doing that, we're going to remind everybody you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N50AK. My name is Rusty, WZ5VBS, and I'm your net control for tonight. You can check into tonight's Trivia Net at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your name. Or if you're like Joe, just give us your name, and you can come hang out with us. We got 29 people, man. We're shy of that 43 we hit last week, so get out there and play. We got 5 questions left in round number 2 and 2 more rounds after that, so you got plenty of game to play. We got question number 6 coming up next, so y'all place your bets. Oh, this is the toughie. As of 2022, what is the highest grossing Pixar film in worldwide box office? Worldwide box office. So this one kind of surprised me. Let's see what y'all think. Incredibles 2 coming in number 1, followed by Finding Dory, Toy Story 3, and then Toy Story 4. So which of these is the highest grossing Pixar film in worldwide box office? Correct answer is Incredibles 2, which really, I love both of those movies, but I would have thought that wouldn't have been so big. Pixar claims 4 of the top 10 highest grossing animated films of all time, with 2018's Incredible 2 being their most successful. The film brought in more than $1.2 billion worldwide. That's B, as in Bravo. All right, 48% of you got that, so let's see what this did to the scoreboard. That kept Leslie in the number 1 spot. We got Leonard in the number 2 spot. So Leslie got 239 points out of that one. Leonard got 127, and Robert, KB5 PBM, in the top 3 now. He got 79 points. Let's see how y'all do. Question number 7. What is the only Pixar film that is not completely computer animated? Number 1 answer on the board is going to be WALL-E, followed by The Good Dinosaur, and then a tie for Finding Dory and Cars for 3rd and 4th. So which one of these is not completely computer animated? The correct answer is WALL-E. 2008 WALL-E features several segments with live action characters, including footage from the musical Hello Dolly from 1969 and a press conference sequence featuring comedian Fred Willard. It's the only Pixar film that is not fully computer animated. All right, well, 41%, man. Looks like we got some WALL-E fans out there. Question number 8. What was the first Pixar film to receive a PG rating from the Motion Picture Association of America? Well, from all the way to the bottom to the very top, Up is your number 1 answer, followed by The Incredibles, Finding Nemo, and Ratatouille. So which one was the first to get a PG rating? Survey says The Incredibles. There have been 13 Pixar titles to receive the PG rating from the MPAA since The Incredibles in 2004 became their first non-G-rated film. I would have gotten that wrong. I probably would have gone for Finding Nemo, but it's been a while since I've watched that one as well. Question number 9. What rock and roll bassist slapped his voice onto the Toy Story 4 as the commercial announcer for Daredevil action figure Duke Kaboom? So Flea's coming in first place, Sting coming in second, followed by Les Claypool and Duff McKagan. So let's see who is right. It is Flea. The Duke Kaboom commercial announcer in Toy Story 4 is played by Red Hot Chili Peppers bassist Flea. Duke Kaboom, however, is voiced by Keanu Reeves. All right, well, just like that, we're at the end of round number 2. Let's see where it takes us. What well-known one-off character from The Simpsons is voiced by Finding Nemo and Finding Dory star Albert Brooks? Oh, let's see. Looks like Mr. Bergstrom is coming in first place, followed by Chester Lampwick, Hollis Hurlbut, and Brad Goodman. So let's see which one it is. It is Brad Goodman. Albert Brooks voiced the Marlin on Pixar's Finding Nemo in 2003 and Finding Dory. He has also voiced several characters on The Simpsons, most notably international terrorist Hank Scorpio, You Only Move Twice, and self-help guru Brad Goodman. So let's see, 4 people were the only ones that get this right. One of them was Joe, K5KUA. We got Little Ben, KI5RBT, got this right, as well as Kent, KI5RBT. Somebody's cheating over there. And Jeffrey, KI5MVF. They're the 4 that got that right. All right, well, we're done with round number 2. So let's add up the scores and see how we're doing. We still got Leslie and Leonard in the top 2. Way to go. And Robert, KB5PBM in the number 3 spot. Let's go chat with Leslie, KI5NLC. She missed 4, still managed to cling on to the number 1 spot. Which one's got you?
It was the Inside Out question. I actually never saw that. I do really like Pixar movies, so I think that's why I did so good, but I missed that one, and the A113 I missed as well. I guess Cars for the not completely computer animated, and then I missed the last one as well.
Yeah, I've learned some new things. I also learned that I'm way behind on my Pixar movies. I thought I had seen more than I had, so there you have it. Well, let's go chat with Leonard, KI5NLC. He got 4 out of 10 right and still came in the number 2 spot. So maybe we need to have some Pixar movies playing while we're doing this thing. Leonard, which one's got you, man?
Hey Rusty, yeah, I think the one that got me the most was the Simpsons one. Been watching Simpsons forever, and I can't believe I got that one wrong, and it kind of hurt. KI5, you know. KI5.
Roger. We got Kent putting in all the excuses as to, we're all watching the baseball game and all this other kinds of stuff. So looks like Bill's got Almon going, so he can see who's doing what, where, and the Discord. It's amazing. I've got 3 monitors open as well, plus the computer in the office piping out Beetlejuice. So it doesn't look like you can play trivia on just one screen. If you do, it's kind of hard. Let's go chat with Robert, KB5PBM, man. You got number 3 spot in tonight's round number 2. Which one's got you, man?
Man, I don't know where you're getting these questions from, but yeah, I missed the first one, the second one, the bottom of Forky's feet, and I missed the one. I thought it was less playful for the basis, but yeah, that one got me, and 2 others. So yeah, I don't. These questions were tough.
Yeah, when I was going through them, I thought I knew more about Pixar than I did, so it's going to make me go back and watch some. All right, well, there's your top 3 in round number 2. Let's add up the scores for tonight's Trivia Net and see who's doing what. We got Leslie, look at that, in the number 1 spot. Way to go. We got Snoop Dogg, N5AFC in the number 2 spot, and Trina in the number 3 spot. So y'all take a look at that, and it's time to take another quick intermission. so that everybody can take care of business. During the intermission, you'll see questions on your screen to pass the time. Voting is optional, but always appreciated. Just a reminder, you can check into tonight's TriviaNet at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the TriviaNet tab. Once you're there, scroll down and click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your name and your call sign, or just your name if you haven't got your license yet. This is my favorite one. We've moved the Thursday night net controller question to the number one question, and I added Aaron, AI5HP, in there. He did a great job on the net last night. So y'all get in here and vote for your favorite Thursday night net controller, and we'll see you back for round number 3.
KF5CCN from WB5TXW, over.
Well, thanks for playing along in that round. Sammy, N5TXR, came out as the #1 Thursday night net controller, even though he has retired, so he says. Maybe we need to get Sammy on the radio. If only he was playing the game tonight, he could come in and give us some fun antics. Oh, man. All right, well, we got to remind everybody before we get, why not? Let's move everybody into round 3 before we do this. We'll get you settled in there. It's the Mystery Science Theater 3000 round. I had fun putting this one together. So y'all get back in your chair, top up your drinks. We're going to let everybody know you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N50AK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. You can come hang out with us. We would love to see you. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your name and your call sign. We got lots of people watching the Astros. We got some people in the video net watching Beetlejuice. We got some people watching both. Plus, we got the Discord going. So you got to be a multitasker if you want to come in here and play trivia. All right, let's get round number 3 fired up and see how we do. Good thing I looked at that. We would have come in on question number 10. All right, so let's see. Question number 1. What company does Joel Robinson work for in the initial run of Mystery Science Theater 3000? Gizmonic Institute coming in number 1, followed by Technocorp Gadget Robotics. Nobody picked on Space Racers. Can't imagine why. So let's see who's right. It's those that picked the Gizmonic Institute. Question number 2. What U.S. city was the home to KTMA, the first channel to broadcast Mystery Science Theater 3000? Well, we lit up all the answers, and Minneapolis, Minnesota coming in first place. Cleveland, Ohio, and Baltimore, Maryland. Wow, I can't talk tonight. Is second and third, and Madison, Wisconsin coming in fourth. So where was KTMA? It was in Minneapolis, Minnesota. KTMA was based in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It was a UHF channel that played Minnesota Twins baseball, and eventually created original programming, including Mystery Science Theater 3000. Question number 3. Which of these is not one of Joel's homemade robot friends on MST3K? Yeah, see, I knew Robert said it's got to be west of the Mississippi River. I knew all my radio nerds would look at the call sign and just be like, well, we know where it is, or where it should be. All right, so let's see what we're thinking here. Jinx coming in number 1, followed by Crow, T Robot, Gypsy, and Tom Servo. So which of these is not one of his homemade robot friends? It's Jinx. Tom Servo, Crow Robot, and Gypsy are all found aboard the Satellite of Love. Jinx, the robot, appears in the movie Space Camp from 1986. Question number 4. What cable network began broadcasting Mystery Science Theater 3000 in 1991? After all that, Robert still got that wrong. No, that's funny. All right, so it's a tie for Sci-Fi and Comedy Central. Nickelodeon coming in third and MTV number 4. So where did they start doing this in 1991? It was Comedy Central. Comedy Central picked up Mystery Science Theater in 1991 and produced 7 seasons before the show moved to Sci-Fi in 1997. Question number 5. What spacecraft does Mike Nelson crash the satellite into while showing off the Mystery Science Theater 3000, the movie? Well, the International Space Station is getting all the votes on this one. Skylab coming in second by Sputnik, and the Hubble Telescope coming in number 4. So what does he crash that thing into? It's the Hubble Telescope. And we got 3 people that got that right. So let's see who those 3 people are. Trina got that right, of course. Aaron, AI5HP, got that right, as well as Leslie, KI5NLC. So let's go talk to Leslie and see. She got 99 points on that one. That's incredible, Leslie. Did you know that? Because that's some pretty fast finger work.
Nope, once you read it, and I know I have absolutely no idea, I close my eyes and I just press buttons.
All right, well, let's see if Aaron, AI5HP, knew this one, because he got it right.
Just pushing buttons.
All right, got a lot of button pushers, but hey, so let's see what that does on the score. Leslie, KI5NLC, is in the number 1 spot with 271 points. Scott, KI5OBD, in the number 2 spot with 261 points. Oh, Scott, you got this, man. And Joe, just Joe, in the number 3 spot with 251 points. So y'all check out your scores, and while you're doing that, we're going to remind everybody you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N50AK. My name is Rusty, WZ5VBS. I'm your net control for tonight. You can check into tonight's Trivia Net at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down and click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your first name. We got 29 people hanging out with us. It's a far cry from the 43 that we had last week, but hey, everybody's got stuff to do. Question number 6 is coming up. Time to place your bets. Okie doke, here we go. Which movie featured on Mystery Science Theater is the only one to have won an Academy Award? Well, y'all are taking your times voting in on this one. Let's see where we are. Marooned taking the number 1 spot, followed by Diabolic, Overdrawn, At the Memory Bank, and Star Crash. So which of these things actually won an Academy Award? It was Marooned. Marooned from 1969, starring Gregory Peck as the man lost in space, won an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects at the 1970 ceremony. 54% of you got that right. Let's see what that did to the score. Oh, Blango put Scott, KI5OBD, in the number 1 spot. He got 131 points on that one. Leslie, KI5NLC, again with the 99 points, and Joe didn't pick up anything, but he stuck it out and kept on to spot number 3. All right, question number 7. What is the name of the Mystery Science Theater 3000 theme song? Well, at the very end, we got a tie for Love Theme from MST3K and the Mighty Science Theater. We got Bad Movie Melody coming in 3rd, and the Satellite Shanty coming in 4th. So what is the name of the theme song? It is Love Theme from Mystery Science Theater. It plays at the beginning of each episode and explains the premise of the show. Question number 8. What was the very first movie forced upon Joel and the robots on Mystery Science Theater in 1988? Half of you are going with Invaders from the Deep. We got Gamera coming in 2nd, Time of the Apes in Phase 4. So let's see, what was the very first one that they had to watch? Invaders from the Deep. It was 1981. It was the first movie shown, and it was actually just 4 episodes of the 1960 British marionette show Stingray, edited into a single film. Question number 9. What Elton John album features artwork for the song I've Seen That Movie Too, which inspired the silhouette on MST3K? Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Number 1 answer on the board, followed by Honky Chateau, Madman Across the Water, and Caribou. So let's see, was it Goodbye Yellow Brick Road? It was indeed. The illustrations from the song I've Seen That Movie Too, which creator Joel Hodgins credits for inspiring the look in the series, is featured in the liner notes of Elton John's 1973 album, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. All right, Ben is putting up Grover on the Discord. Question number 10 and the end of this fantastic round. Let's see how y'all do with this one. In what U.S. state do Mike Nelson and the bot settle at the end of the network run of Mystery Science Theater? I think Robert and I need to go out and get drunk. We have the same sense of humor, it seems. All right, so let's see. Wisconsin coming in first, followed by Minnesota, Michigan, and Indiana. Let's see if y'all are right. Oh, look at that. Wisconsin is it. Mike Nelson and the bots escaped the satellite of love and settled down in a shared apartment in Wisconsin. Nelson's real home state at the conclusion of the original series run. So there it is, round number 3. Tie that up, put a bow on it. Let's see. Joe came to the number 1 spot with 472 points. Scott, KI5OVD, down to number 2. And Steve, KG5LAA, in the number 3 spot. So we don't know if Joe has a call sign and can come talk to us or not. So let's go see. Joe, are you out there? And which one of these things got you? Well, looking like Joe is receive only. So let's go talk to Scott, KI5OBD. Congratulations, man. Number 2. Are you a big Mystery Science Theater fan?
Howdy, Rusty. Howdy, everybody. I was early on. I was a big fan and watched it a lot on Comedy Central. And I know there were other hosts after Joel, but I wasn't watching much. KI5OBD, back to net.
Yeah, it was one of those things you get, or at least for me, I get about 5 or 10 minutes in, and it was always good background noise. Well, let's go chat with Steve, KG5LAA, snuck up into the number 3 spot right there at the end. Congratulations, Steve. How about you? Were you a Mystery Science Theater fan?
Not really. I mean, I had watched the show. I saw a few episodes about 20 years ago, but I haven't seen the show recently, and no, most of mine were lucky guesses here. I didn't know about the what his friends robots were called, and I guessed International Space Station for the crash. So KG5LA, back to net.
Well, proof. You know, you don't have to know anything. You got 7 out of 10 right, man. So good for you, man. All right, well, it is time to take another quick intermission so everybody can take care of business and top off their drinks. During the intermission, you'll see questions on your screen to pass the time. Voting is optional, but always appreciated. Just a reminder, you can check into tonight's TriviaNet at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. We still have 1 round left, so get in here and hang out. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the TriviaNet tab. Once you're there, scroll down and click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your name and your call sign. We're going to move y'all over into the 3rd intermission and fire it up. We will see you back shortly with round number 4. All right, so I'm looking at the Discord here, and it's sounding like we got something going on with the 320. I don't hear anything on the 320, but Scott is saying that he's got some noise, a little bacon fry on there. Anybody else having problems on the 320 audio tonight?
Yeah.
All right, so I heard somebody try to get in there, but we didn't hear a whole lot, and then we heard some noise because it sounds good over here. But yeah, who was the last person that just tried to get in the repeater?
November 5, Uniform Whiskey Uniform. Yeah, I'm kind of going through hills over by Runberg.
Oh, all right, there we go. UWU is driving around. Are you hearing bacon on the 320 from where you are?
Yeah, it seems that, and then that I don't remember which frequency it is, but it's over by Lee. Are both just putting out dead air right now, just constant carrier.
All right, well, something to look into, and I'll keep my ear open on that. All right, let's move over into round number 4. Bill says it's coming through when he transmit. I heard, Kevin bacon. Yeah, buddy. I had bacon for dinner last night. All right, round number 4. Number 4 is all about the Beastie Boys. Let's see what you old people know about the Beastie Boys. This is going to be entertaining. We're going to get more Bob's Burgers death threats on this one. All right, before we get that going, let's let everybody know that you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N50AK. We got a little bacon on us tonight as well. My name is Rusty, WZ5VBS. I'm your net control for tonight. You can check into tonight's Trivia Net at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to N5OAK.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down and click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your first name. You can be in here playing with us. I'm calling you Old Bill. You heard it. You're the old man of the bunch. Actually, I wonder who the oldest person here is. Well, we're about to find out. We're going to see if Bill's been jamming to the Beastie Boys. You're gonna prove us wrong, Bill. Here we go. Question number 1. What Beastie Boys album was the first rap record to top the Billboard 200 chart? Well, 65% of you went with License to Ill, followed by Check Your Head, Ill Communication, and Paul's Boutique. So let's see which one it was. I think we got some Beastie Boy fans in here. Beastie Boys' debut album, 1986's License to Ill, is not the only first rap album to top the Billboard charts. It is one of Columbia Records' fastest-selling debut albums of all time. Question number 2. What is the only Beastie Boys single to peak at the top 10 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100? 69% went with You Gotta Fight for Your Right to Party, and y'all are correct. It's from their debut album, License to Ill, and it's the only Beastie Boys single to crack the top 10 on the U.S. Billboard charts. The song peaked at number 7 in 1987. Oh, back to the day. Question number 3. What is the title of Beastie Boys' 1996 instrumental album? The in sound from Way Out is on the number 1 spot. Green Onions, Headhunters, and Introducing. So which one of these is their first instrumental album? It was the in sound from Way Out. See, y'all know what's going on. It was borrowed its title and cover art concept from the 1966 Perry and Kingsley album of the same name. Question number 4 in the Beastie Boys round. After leaving Def Jam Records in 1992, Beastie Boys founded the record label Blank. Flawless Records coming in number 1, followed by Grand Royale, Roswell Records, and Cling Clang. So what record label did the Beastie Boys found? It was Grand Royale, kind of like the Royale with cheese. In addition to the record label, Beastie Boys also published a Grand Royal magazine as well. Question number 5, and halfway through round number 4. What all-female group did original Beastie Boys drummer Kate Schellenbach join in 1992? Man, we got a tie. Babes in Toyland and Bikini Kill tied for first and second. L7 coming in third, and Luscious Jackson coming in number 4. So let's see where the original drummer went. Oh, look at that. She went to Luscious Jackson. There's a founding member of the Beastie Boys who played drums in the band from 1981 to 1984. She joined Luscious Jackson in 1992 and remained in the band until their breakup in 2000. All right, halfway through, let's put the scoreboard up and see. Ooh, look, we got Jason, KB5MPJ joined the gang, and he is in the number 1 spot. Sky, N5LX in the number 2 spot, and Joe in the number 3 spot. Y'all check out your scores, and while you're doing that, we got to tell people one more time that you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N50AK. My name is Rusty, WZ5VBS. I'm your net control for tonight. You can check into tonight's Trivia Net at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to N50AK.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down and click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your first name. We got 5 questions left in the Trivia Net, so you better get in here if you know anything about the Beastie Boys. It's time for question number 6, and you know what that means. Y'all place your bets. And here we go. Which Beastie Boys album is the first to feature the band playing instruments rather than relying solely on sampling? The very last one made it all the way to the number one. Check Your Head, followed by Paul's Boutique, Ill Communication, and Hello Nasty. So which one of these was the first to feature them playing instruments? Check Your Head. 1992's Check Your Head marked the first time Beastie Boys predominantly played their own instruments on records since the early EPs. Beastie Boys said that they were inspired to take up their instruments again by the Dutch rap rock band Urban Dance Squad. 42% of you got that, so let's see what it did to the score. It kept Jason in the number one spot, Sky is in the number 2 spot, and Robert, KB5PBM, is in the number 3 spot. Way to go. Jason got 327 points on that one. Oh man, I think I know who is going to be the number one in round 4 tonight. Alright, question number 7. What is the name of the experimental hardcore band started by Mikey D, in 1978 that morphed into the Beastie Boys? Y'all have no clue. We got a 3-way tie for young ones, the Young and Reckless and Young and Nasty, and the Young Aborigines coming in number 4. And the funny part about that is that's the correct answer. Only 6 of you knew that one, but that was it. Mike Diamond started the experimental hardcore band in 1978. And it featured all of them, then the roundup lineup for the future Beastie Boys. Who would have thunk it? Question number 8. What female pop singer tapped Beastie Boys to be their opening act on her 1985 tour? Well, sounds like R2D2 wants to play along with us. Let's see. Madonna taking over the number 1 spot. Kate Bush coming in second, followed by Janet Jackson, and nobody picked on Nina. Poor Nina. All right, so who did the Beastie Boys go on tour with in 1985? It was Madonna. The Beastie Boys opened for Madonna on her Virgin tour in 1985. Oh, the controversy. Like a virgin. Question number 9. What legendary game show host gets shouted out in Beastie Boys' 1989 single, Hey Ladies? Bob Barker. I would have picked Bob Barker, but I knew different. Alex Trebek coming in second, followed by Chuck Woolery, and then nobody picked Monty Hall. So let's see. Bob Barker fans, you're wrong. It was Chuck Woolery. According to the 1989 Beastie Boys single, Hey Ladies, Tom Thumb, Tom Cushman, or Tom Foolery date women on TV with the help of Chuck Woolery. Woolery was the longtime host of Love Connection and the original host of Wheel of Fortune. That I didn't know. I thought Pat Sajak had been around. He's like 110 by now. But, he and Vanna White, I think they keep that set at, -10, and keep them fresh. All right, question 10 in the end of round 4. What song did the Beastie Boys win their first Grammy Award with? Ooh, so fun fact, Kent says Chuck Woolery lives around Lake Travis and is big into bass fishing. Huh. Well, we'll be back on 2 and 2. Let's see what y'all think. Intergalactic. is the number one answer, followed by No Sleep Till Brooklyn. I would have picked that one. Sabotage coming in third, and should check it out, number 4. The correct answer, y'all guessed it, it's Intergalactic. The Beastie Boys won their first Grammy Award in 1999 for Intergalactic and their album Hello Nasty. The song was named Best Rap Performance, and the album won Best Alternative Music Album. Well, there you have it for round number 4. Let's add up the scores and see. Jason, KB5MPJ, he only missed 3, 796 points. Sky, KI5L, or KIN5LX in the number 2 spot. Scott, KI5OVD, sneaking in the number 3 spot. They all got 7 out of 10. Let's go chat with Jason, KB5MPJ. Jason, are you, by chance, a Beastie Boys fan?
Yeah, you guessed it, Rusty. I sure am. So I missed 3 questions. I didn't know the Luscious Jackson one, the Aborigines, or the Bob Barker, the game show one. I didn't know that one. But, definitely found my trivia round tonight. KB5MPJ.
Right on, man. Well, you snuck in just the nick of time, man. 796 points. That's a pretty mean score for round number 4. Let's go talk to Sky N5LX. Sky, you did the same thing. 7 out of 10. Are you a big Beastie Boys fan?
N5LX, a little bit. I mean, I had a couple of their albums. It's almost embarrassing that I know this stuff. But yeah, I missed a couple. But you know. I've had a lot of luck tonight, and by the way, I kind of held the radio up to my ear, and there really is some bacon in that repeater.
Well, let's hope the tower didn't get hit by lightning, but I'm adding that to our list of things to check out. Well, yeah, man, it's impressive to have you up there in the number 2 spot. I figured you at least knew who they were, but I didn't know you'd make it up into the number 2 spot. Scott, however, KI5OBD, I wonder if y'all missed the same ones too, but Scott's in the number 3 spot. Scott, are you a Beastie Boys fan over there?
Why, yes, Rusty, I am. Thanks for waiting for me. KI5OBD.
Roger, man. All right, well, there's round 4 and your top 3 winners there. Let's add up all the scores and see who the winner of tonight's Friday Night Trivia Net is. Drum roll, please. It's Scott, KI5OBD. Way to go, man. Joe coming in number 2, and Steve, KG5LAA in the number 3 spot. Let's go back and talk to Scott, KI5OBD. Congrats, man, on winning tonight's Friday Night Trivia Net. What are you up to this weekend? Anything fun?
Wow, what a surprise. Thanks a lot, Rusty. It just goes to show that persistence pays if you just hang in there, because those first 2 rounds, I did horribly, especially the first one. This weekend, we have to go buy a freezer in the morning, and we have I may have mentioned this before, we have a freezer crisis because we have a side of beef coming, and our freezer deal fell through, and now we have to get one and get it delivered by next week, or we're going to have half an animal and no place to keep it cold. So we've got 2 freezers besides the one in the fridge, but we need a bigger one, and we're going to sell at least one, but it's the freezer crisis, so we got to handle that this weekend. And the contest, the Worldwide DX SSB contest, I've already got a few contacts. So when the chores are done, I'm contesting this weekend. I'm making contacts all over the world. KI5OBD, back to net.
Yeah, that's right. We got the contest going on this weekend as well. That's going to be fun. I got a little Mexican Grand Prix going on, so I'm going to be sitting on my butt watching some TV. But, well, right on, man. Good luck finding a freezer and, keeping that side of beef cold. Joe is in the number 2 spot. He's receive only. Congratulations, Joe, on being number 2 tonight in the Friday Night Trivia Net. Let's go talk to Steve, KG5LAA. He's in the number 3 spot. Steve, what are you doing this weekend?
Well, thank you, Rusty. This weekend, nothing fun for sure. I got work out in the yard. I had tore down some wooden steps on the front of my house. I got to go stack it up at the street. So nothing fun that I can see. This game is very surprising. I'm surprised it turned out the way they did because halfway through the first round, I thought I was horrible. I didn't get anything, and I thought that was going to be the theme for the rest of the night. But it sure turned around. Anyway, KG5LAA, back to net.
Roger, man. Yeah, it's good to have you in the Discord as well, man. So, persistent pays off, like they say. Just because you're bad at one round doesn't mean the other 3 won't make it up for you. Well, let's go chat with Sky, N5LX. Sky, what you got going on this weekend?
Hey, man, N5LX here. I didn't really have any plans to do anything, but I was just reminded, about the contest, so I'm not really a contester, but I've been making HF contacts lately, so maybe I'll try to make some HF contacts, some DX for sure. Anyway, I just thought I'd share this with you. I remember re-upping my license a couple of years ago, and hearing this Trivia Net, I just kind of stumbled across it. I had no idea what it was, and it sounded really crazy. When I finally tried it, it's pretty fun. It's amazing that people know this stuff so well. Anyway, back to you, N5LX.
That's really what I like about it. When I was putting this together, the nets are fun when we check in on Thursday and say hi and see what's up. But the one thing I do like about Friday is that every week it's something different. And it's something that somebody might know, everything this week and nothing next week. So it's kind of fun to see everybody keep coming back and trying. Well, have a good weekend, man. And, we'll see you around. And thanks again for the hard line for the 775. We're planning our trip to go get that set up. Leslie, KI5NLC, is in the number 5 spot. She kicked the crap out of Leonard, KI5NLC, who's down there in the 21 spot. Leslie, what are you and Leonard up to this weekend?
Well, we haven't really talked about too much. Probably won't be watching a lot of baseball. Still a little hurt by the Phillies beating the Padres, so I don't know, maybe. I know Leonard's parents just got back in town, so we might go see them. Besides that, not much. Oh, I might go pick up some Christmas decorations that match my theme that I'm going for this year. Might be a little early for some people, but I'm an early decorator, and we're going to be out of town for Christmas this year, so I might get an early start on that. So, I don't know. It's going to be a relaxing weekend. KI5NLC.
Oh, I was cringing when you said Christmas. I have some neighbors down the road, and they put up all kinds of Halloween decorations. And part of it, they have about 45 of the plastic little jack-o'-lanterns. And when the crazy winds came through, man, it spread those things all over the neighborhood. They were out there picking that stuff up from everywhere. So it's one of those things. You start talking about Halloween, and Christmas is just around the corner. So, well, all right. Well, hope you all have a great weekend. Let's go talk to Snoop Dogg, N5AFC. What you got going on this weekend, Jared?
Well, it's actually kind of busy. Going to some friends down in San Antonio for Halloween party tomorrow. Some other friends up in Pflugerville Sunday morning for another Halloween get-together, and some more out in Lakeside Sunday evening. So, gonna put some miles on and be safe and, I guess, be sociable. I know, have to, talk to people and stuff. So, yeah, that's my weekend. N5AFC.
Yeah, ever so often you got to go be around people, and it seems like the holidays are my maximum for that. for sure. Well, all right, man. Be safe out there and get a lot of candy. Robert, KB5 PBM in the number 7 spot. Robert, what's going on this weekend, man?
Hey, we got to work on one of the repeaters. We're losing internet at one side, so I got to take a cell modem out there for the Pasadena repeater and hook it up. I'm hoping it'll work okay. But then I'll go to a watering hole and watch the second game. That's pretty much it for me. KB5 PBM.
We had Wi-Fi at the 320 site, which is our main repeater here in Austin, and we just switched it out to cellular. And we blew up 2 of them trying to make it work, but we finally found one that works. So if I don't know if there was too much RF or what is going on down there, but 2 of them went south, and we finally got it figured out. And by figured out, I mean we just bought 3 of them. And so, yeah, don't be surprised if things go wacky on you, because it took us a bit to get it dialed in. But now, you know, knock on wood, it's working just fine. Well, all right, man. Good luck out at the site. Hopefully you get Pasadena up and going and stable again. Dave, KI5STT in the number 8 spot. Dave, what are you up to this weekend?
Hey, Rusty. UT has a bye week this week, so we don't know what we're going to do. There's no Longhorn football. So. A lot of guessing tonight. The only BC Boys one I actually knew was the Madonna one, because I was at that concert at the Frank Erwin Center in 1985. So, KI5STT, second it.
Roger, man. Yeah, I'm 45, and I'm old enough now to have seen concerts where places don't exist anymore, and it's really kind of funny. I don't feel old, but apparently I am. Let's go chat with Aaron, AI5HP. Man, you're in the number 9 spot, and congrats on the net control last night. What's going on in your household this weekend, man?
Hey, Rusty, 5HP, Aaron here. Man, it is horrible. The family is going to make me driving north of the river. I mean, can you believe it? I got to go all the way past that river. Anyways, they want to go to the IKEA up in Round Rock. Let's just go to the Walmart around the corner. I don't know, man. Anyways, that's what I got in store. AI5HP, back to net control.
So I'm lucky. I have yet to go to IKEA. I've never been. I don't have any furniture. I've helped several friends put that crap together, but I've never actually been. And I think at this point, I'm just going to stay away from it, because I hear it's a train wreck, and it sucks you in, and there's no exit. They just want to keep you there and take all your money. Well, good luck, man, at the IKEA, and don't forget, you got to put that together when you get home, so don't buy anything too big. Trina is in the number 10 spot, and she's hanging out with Doug. Congratulations, Trina. Doug, KG5UNK, are you watching Little F1 this weekend, if I had to guess?
Yeah, roger that. Mexico City, KG5UNK.
I figured as much. I watched a little bit of the first practice, so I got a little something to do later on. Well, all right, there's your top 10 for tonight's Friday Night Trivia Net, but it's not over quite yet. We're going to move everybody over into the elimination round so that we can kick y'all out officially and send you home. For those of you new and have never played before, this is the same as it was before. You got 15 seconds to answer, but you don't get points. You either get it right or you don't. If you get it right, you get to move on to the next question. If we don't, we send you home. So, hopefully, you haven't had too many adult beverages, or if you have, you're good at guessing. We're going to let everything reset, and we'll come back with question number 1 in our elimination round. All right, let's see how you do. Question number 1. Following the cheetah, what is the second fastest land animal on Earth? Well, it looks like we're going to be sending some people home. 53% went with ostrich, followed by the quarter horse, the springbok, and nobody picked on the blue wildebeest. So let's see, is the ostrich the second fastest land animal on Earth? It is indeed. All right, well that means that we are down to 10 survivors, and we got 12 people eliminated. Let's go see who those people are. We're going to say goodnight to Bill, W5ITZ, Miresto, KI5SYX, and KI5PZN. Might see you for breakfast tomorrow, but probably not. Steve, K25LAA, Holly, W5LUL. Oh, and the fart bucket, got that one wrong as well, is Jason, KB5MPJ, Benjamin, KI5YDV, Sky, N5LX. Oh, and Scott, KI5OBD. All right, we're down to 10 people. Let's see what number 2 does. Here we go. Which of these ingredients is not included in a mudslide cocktail? Lighten up all the answers here. 70% went with amaretto, followed by vodka, Kahlua. Nobody picked on Bailey's. So which of these is not included in a mudslide cocktail? Survey says amaretto. 70% of you got that right. So now we're up to 15 gone. We got 7 people left. We got to say goodnight to Trina and Doug, KG5UNK, Richard, W5SBD, and Laura, KI5OLG. Thanks for playing along with us. All right, you 15, no, you 7. My bad, you 7. Let's see how you do with question number 3. We got to get past question number 5. We'll see if we can do that. We've been knocking everybody out around 3 or 4. So let's see if you have what it takes. What musician is the most frequent musical guest in the history of The Tonight Show? So according to y'all, it's either Dave Grohl or Justin Timberlake. Dwight Yoakam coming in third. Nobody picked Elvis Costello. So what musician is the most frequent musical guest in the history of The Tonight Show? This one really surprised me because the answer is Dwight Yoakam. Only one person got that right, and that means that Philip, AC5G, is the winner in tonight's elimination round. Wow, all right, well that means we got to say goodnight to Joe, K5KUA, Aaron, AI5HP, Joe, Robert, KB5PBM, Leonard and Leslie, KI5NLC, and a big congratulations to Philip, AC5G on that. I never in a million years would have guessed that. Philip, did you know that, or are you just guessing?
That was kind of a lucky guess, AC5G.
Lucky guess, man, and you got it, and we made it all the way to question 3. Well, that's going to do it for tonight's Friday Night Trivia Net. We hope y'all had a good time hanging out with us. The Friday Night Trivia Net is a service of the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N50AK, and made possible through the generosity of people just like you. For more information on the club, becoming a member, or to learn how you can donate, visit us online at n50ak.org. I'd also like to thank Kyle, KA5D, and the Crossroads Ham Radio Club for linking their repeater system for tonight's game. If you want to see all the fun things they're up to or just want more information about the KA5D or W5LCR repeater systems, visit them online at ka5d.com or crhrc.org. So here's a little fun thing for next week. Next week is typically a north versus south net. But we're going to change it, so I'm giving you Crossroads people some time to go and recruit. We're going to straight up make it the Oak Hill versus the Crossroads. and we're going to see how that works. So we're going to divide up the clubs and run it that way, and if it works and y'all like it, we'll keep it that way. I'm totally open, but I figured why not, because we got enough people, and the Crossroads guys show up every week, and I mean, good Lord, we've got almost the same amount on both sides, so I figured this would be a battle of the wits. So y'all get ready for that next week, and before you close your web browser, stop by, check out the BBS. You can also check out the TriviaNet player rankings, stats, net logs, net check-ins. Everything can be found on the website. We do not have a fox hunt this weekend that I know of, but the potluck is next weekend, and we would love to see all of you out there. All the details are at n5oak.org. You can click on the potluck tab. It's November 5th. We're going out to the park. We've got 4 fox hunts. We've got a Parks on the Air station. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. So if you're not doing anything November 5th, come hang out with us at the park. The club's buying fried chicken and the drinks. Everybody's bringing a side, and all the families. So we get to meet everybody and say hi. I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. This is WZ5BBS. It's time to bring tonight's Friday night TriviaNet to a close. I'm going to signal all the repeaters to switch back to regular amateur use. And while they're doing that, I'd like to thank y'all for inviting us into your home tonight. Y'all have a great weekend. Be safe. And we will see you right here next Friday for the Crossroads versus Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club on the Friday night TriviaNet. 73, y'all.
AI5OS.
This is KG5IAZ in Bay City. You're bringing up the repeater, but there's no audio or ID.
Hey, Jim, W5ITZ. Let me drop the links, and I'll be right back with you. Hang on. KG5IAZ, this is W5ITZ.
W5ITZ, KG5IAZ. Good evening, Bill. Gosh, I've been laying in bed here, and I hear the Bay City repeater key chunking periodically, and then I turned up the volume on this Edna repeater, and it seemed like there was some key chunk in there. I was trying to, not impolitely, but just a little reminder that it's good to ID when you bring up the radio. And I wasn't saying you, I meant just whoever might be playing with the radio and seeing if they got the frequency correct or whatever. How are you this evening?
Oh, I'm doing well, sir. Yeah, we had just finished up the Trivia Net linked into N508K in Austin, and we were still linked, and I think we might have been getting some of their traffic. So went ahead and dropped their link and to see if that would correct the static we were hearing.
Thank you. Gosh, I guess if you got 4 or 6 or 10 repeaters all linked together, that makes the probability of key chunking much greater.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how many they had total tonight, but they've had up to 20 different repeaters linked in for that Trivia Net. So it creates a pretty wide network, and I try to keep my finger on the Allmon in case we have a local problem, so we can drop out.
You guys amaze me at the way that you're able to do some of this stuff with the linking and stuff like that. It makes me feel like I've got so much to learn.
Well, I am very much a novice at that part of it. Robert's taught me a little bit. He's done all he could to teach me the little bit that I know. And, we all bring a little part to it. So you've got a lot of knowledge that we're impressed with and have benefited from. So we can't all know everything.
Bill, at one of the breakfasts I mentioned Faraday cage and like being able to store equipment in there, and so I've got mine out at the shack. Do you think that would interest anybody else enough for like a little demonstration of it during the breakfast, or do you think maybe wait until we see if situations get worse or something?
Yeah, I think it'd be an interesting demo, Jim. Is it something that is fairly easy to move?
Well, it could even be outside the restaurant afterwards, but if you do it afterwards, people leave at different times and stuff, but essentially it's an empty metal trash can, and you tuck some aluminum foil around the edges of it when you seal it up. But you put a cell phone in there, and it doesn't ring, and so you could really put anything in it. It doesn't have to be grounded or anything like that. I saw one demo on YouTube where they actually put a spectrum analyzer in it and set it up to record the peaks, and then they used an RF source outside, and they could show, hey, this one's sealed properly and this one's not. But that was a little interesting to me because it was a little bit more of an RF engineering evaluation of it. Anyway, I don't really know how bad the EMPs are. I think they're kind of over or exaggerated. I think it's going to affect our power grid, but I don't think it's going to destroy everything that has a semiconductor in it. But anyway, it was just kind of a thought, and I don't want to have my own paranoia. I'm not trying to push it on other people, I guess. Over.
Oh yeah, no, like I said, I think it's an interesting experiment and demonstration. Just to kind of show how you can RF Shield, something like that. So yeah, I think let's work on time to make that happen. As long as you're willing and able to do that.
Well, we'll call it tentative, so if I show up to breakfast with a nice shiny new trash can, you'll know that I'm prepared for that. How about we'll leave it sort of like that? Anyway, sorry for interrupting you this evening with my comment about the ID, and I hope the trivia went well. I kind of forgot about that tonight. I would have listened if I'd have remembered. Yesterday we were in Houston at a musical performance, but anyway, I guess I'll try again to go to sleep.
Oh yeah, no problem at all with being helpful on the repeater like that. That's not a problem at all. And Jim, mark your calendar for next Friday. Set your alarm or a reminder on your phone because they announced at the end of tonight's Trivia Net that next week we're going to play Crossroads against Austin. So we need all of the Crossroads participants that we can get to accumulate points to see if we can beat the Austin group.
This is getting more fun.
Yeah, Roger, we kind of mentioned that lightheartedly, and he said, we've got about the same number of players playing from each group now, so let's make it happen.
Hey, I5OS.
Yeah, go ahead, station. This is W5ITZ.
Yeah, good evening, W5ITZ. This is I5OS. Name's Justin on this end. Whereabouts are y'all located? Whereabouts is Crossroads Radio Club located there? Over.
Yeah, I just realized that I think I'm still linked into the Austin group. Sorry about that. We're actually headquartered in Jackson County. Edna, Texas is where our first two repeaters went up. But we've got a network that covers U.S. Highway 59 from Victoria through Houston, made up of about 6 different repeaters that gives us seamless coverage. And we're working to try to build coastal repeater coverage for either bad weather or restoration efforts to have those repeaters available if needed.
Oh, roger that. Are they all analog, or are you guys using Fusion as well, or any of the digital modes there? Go ahead.
We do have one DMR repeater in the network. We've got a lot of use when we first put it up. Not a whole lot anymore, but still gets a little bit of traffic from time to time.
Okay, very good. No, I was just kind of curious. It's good to hear. Good to hear you guys are over here, and certainly love the fact that you're linked in with us here. The Oak, a good bunch of folks over here, and thoroughly enjoy it. I would have participated, but I've been working on some stuff here in the shack tonight, doing a little kind of touch up on a rewiring project I've done. So definitely good to see y'all in here.
Oh, well, thanks for the welcome. Yeah, we've the two clubs have hit it off pretty well. I think we're both very motivated in amateur radio technologies, and it's just been a good synergy between the two groups. So we're excited to connect to you guys and do some of the things together that we do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, I've really been a fan of the Oak folks. They've really helped me out on a lot of stuff. I'm totally blind, and I needed help getting some antennas up. And so they were, I obviously, made a donation, and they've been really cool about if I've needed some help to get some antennas going. And so I'm definitely in their debt. Yeah. No, I really like what the Oak Hill folks do here in Austin, and sounds like y'all are doing the same thing. So that's great.
KG5 IAZ. Yeah, go ahead, Jim. Good evening. My name is Jim. You mentioned totally blind. I have poor vision myself, but are you able to use anything like a text reader or something like that? Or another question is, are you a member of ARRL?
Yes, I do use a screen reader. Absolutely, I use a couple of them. I use on my Mac here. I use what is called VoiceOver that is built in. And yeah, it's funny you mentioned asked if I was a member of ARRL. I just rejoined this afternoon there. Go ahead.
Roger. Well, they have a lot of things like their magazines that you can look at online, but I'm pretty frustrated because the way that they present the magazine is more like a scanned image rather than the PDF text where you can right-click and use read aloud. And I thought about addressing that with ARRL and see if they could change the format that they put in their books online or things like that so that a text reader could use it, because I imagine with the demographics of a lot of ham radio operators, there's a lot of people that have maybe some difficulty with their eyesight.
Well, you can. There is a workaround. I don't like it. So first off, there is a blind membership, and it's like $10 a year you can join, and it's $10 for the whatever you pay for getting QST and all the other stuff. Yeah, please call them and complain. And the reason I say that is because they need to hear more about it. I've called a couple of times, and because there is an app. It is, they have an iPhone app. It is the ARRL iPhone app. And, the iPhone has VoiceOver. It has Zoom. Has varying bits of methods to access digital subscriptions. Well, you can't read the magazine, and I understand they have the National Library Service for the Blind puts the stuff out. But look, I'll gladly pay the whatever it is a year to join. Just make the stuff accessible, right? I just, you just want to know that anything you buy is fully accessible and works. So, no, there's been an antenna book I would like to buy there. I want to buy the digital version of the antenna book, but I don't know that I want to go out and pay whatever amount of money it costs if I can't get it into the format I need to have it to read.
Exactly. So I'm a lifetime member of ARRL. I appreciate what they do, and I kind of don't like a bill every year. But I was frustrated because there's all kinds of stuff that just with my normal Windows browser, I don't know, Edge or Chrome, whatever it is, I can right-click and hit read aloud, and it'll read the whole story to me or whatever it is. But to have it where it's just a scanned image, and then you have to go find some reader that tries to do character recognition and stuff like that, that's just like 1980s or maybe late 1990s kind of technology compared to where we're at today. So anyway, I share some of your frustration. Fortunately, I'm legally blind, but not totally blind, so I'm a lot better situation than a whole lot of people, I guess. Anyway, I just wanted to ask if you had any thoughts about that, and I think I will reach out to ARRL and ask them hey, y'all need to change the way that you present your online material so that when you right-click, the little read aloud works. Anyway, I hope that works. KG5IAZ in Bay City.
Yeah, no, good luck. There is a guy who is doing something now. His name is Steve Goodgame. And I think the new president of ARRL seems to be really has some kind of accessibility initiative going on about trying to make things accessible. There is a lot of it's still a bit disorganized yet. I know the Blind Hams website. If you ever want to check something out, go to blindhams.com. It's a good little resource in terms of being able to they have done a good job at kind of pooling a lot of different resources over there. Patrick and those guys. And I think the ARRL has tried to interface with them as well. Handy Hams has, they have some stuff, but I'll be honest, they're so defunct now that I don't really see, I don't know what practicality they have, just because, if you go to them for advice on, hey, I'm trying to do this, nobody seems to know anything. So, Blind Hams is kind of the bit, but it's kind of become very much a roll your own kind of solution, which there needs to be something more organized in that space. Go ahead. Oops, did I lose you guys? AI5OS.
AI5OS, WZ5BBS. Hey, Justin, I just got word from Bill that their system dropped, so that's where he disappeared off to.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what happened. That's what happens. Are you guys just linking up to them via All-Star? Is that how that works?
Yeah, they connect up to the All-Star node, and they come in and out, so it's all on a timer. But yeah, I just saw something on Discord, and he said that they just disconnected. I wasn't really paying attention much.
Roger. Okay. Well, if I need to, it is what it is. I can certainly connect up to them using All-Star. I've got a node here as well. So no, good nutshell head going. I would have. I need to get better about getting into these things more often on Friday night. It's not like I'm doing a whole lot usually anyway.
Right on, man. Yeah, they're over at crhrc.org. I don't know what their All-Star node is, but yeah, go check in on them, and we'll holler at you later. Have a good weekend, man. AI5OS, WZ5BBS. We'll talk to you later.
Roger. Yeah, have a good one. How do we sound, by the way? Yeah, I'm using a new headset. I'm just doing about 5 watts on the TS2000. How's the audio in this?
It sounds good, man. It sounds like you're on a regular mic or anything else. Yeah, you're coming through just fine.
Okay, okay. You've got a little bit of processing going on behind your audio. You've got a bit of an echo there. It sounds like you have one of those W2IHY boards going on.
No, I just got some audio in the background. I'm on 9700 with just the regular old hand mic.
Okay, okay, because I can hear the the background echo of what you got going there. So cool. Alrighty, man. Well, I appreciate your help and all you do, man. Good to talk to you again.
Roger, Roger, man. Have a good night.
Roger, Roger. Catch you later. AI5OS.
WZ5BBS, KB5MPJ. Rusty, you still out there?
Jason, how you doing down there in Buda? KB5MPJ, AI5OS. AI5OS.